Look at this. I'm freaking huge. Freaking huge. Peekaboo. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom. Welcome. I am your master level expert fitness trainer, Alex Diaz, aka Mr. Freaking Huge. And this video is going to be pretty good one. Thank God I got some different freaking questions. I'm getting tired of all the same questions. I made videos about it already. Check my videos in my channel. This one's gonna be about speed. How to increase your speed. So thank you for this question from Jason Yamato on YouTube. Alex, my friend, how are you? I am freaking awesome, as always, man. I need some advice. I have an issue with my 2-mile run. I'm running in at a 15 45. I use heel strike movements. I tried every kind of training, sprinting, dashing, uphill, downhill, just name it, and it seems I can't make the time budget. Help, please. Alright, so sounds like you've done a lot of different things. And I must say some things that you already did, because I know other people want to improve on their speed as well. And this doesn't go towards you, because I know you're slim and you're fit. But if you are overweight, reducing your body fat will help you run faster, because you have less weight on you, and and you have all that weight puts a lot of pressure on you, on your joints as well. So it limits your speed time if you're overweight. So the less fat you have, the faster you run. It's just the way it is. That's the way it is. Uphill training, and you say you do uphill training, but uphill training is probably one of the best things to increase your speed. And this is for, I'm just, again, this is just for regular people who are not, who don't do uphill training like you do. Uphill training, going up and down hills, going back and forth, going back to the hill, that will help dramatically increase your speed. And I'm sure, Jason, that improved your running, but now you're at a standstill, kind of. And there's a couple of things that you could do to improve on this. For one, you might have problems with your hip flexors. So you might have just bad, weak hip flexors, and you need your hip flexors for running. That's just the most important thing. So I would recommend that you do wide eagle crunches, or sit-ups, not crunches, sit-ups. So a wide eagle crunch sit-up sit-up is you have your legs spread out like just like a V, really wide, and you're gonna be flat on the ground, like you're just laying, like you're dead, like you just died. You're just gonna be laying down, all right, and your feet are wide, and then you're gonna go from right there. You're gonna do a whole crunch to a whole sit-up all the way up, and keep your legs on the ground. If that's too easy, you could have a weight, a plated sit-up. You could tell I'm saying sit-up because I never recommend sit-ups to anybody, because sit-ups, you use a lot of your lower back muscles, and that's good for boxing and all that. But for my training, I never have anyone do sit-ups. But for someone like you who needs to work on their hip flexors, sit-ups. So grab a weight and do a sit-up with the wide eagle stance. Doing resistance bands on. This is something you have to do. You have to get resistance bands. So you get a resistance band. If you're at a gym, or if you have an equipment, you could get something that's really heavy that won't come up, like a 150-pound dumbbell, and you wrap that around the resistance band. Wrap it around the resistance band, and then if you go on a captain's chair, if you have that, do a leg raise. You attach the bands to your legs, and the weight is just gonna be holding the resistance band, and you're gonna do a leg raise with the resistance band going up, and it's gonna put more tension on your hip flexors. So doing resistance band leg raises would help with your hip flexor problems. Resistance bands for your legs, leg attachment, hip resistance bands, hip attachment resistance bands. You use that for your runs and your drills. If you don't already have resistance bands for your hips and your ankles, I recommend you get them, because this is going to improve your speed a lot. The whole thing is that using ankle weights compared versus to a resistance band, the ankle weights, if you keep on using too much ankle weights, you could get water in your knee and everything else. So I don't recommend. You could use ankle weights if you want, but don't do it every day, throughout, frequently, all the time. Use them as like once a week kind of thing, because when your body is used to running with a certain weight and you remove that weight, whether it's a body fat, or we're talking about a weighted vest, or we're talking about ankle weights, or any weight, a book bag flow weight, whatever you're gonna do, and you're conditioned to running a 2 mile at 15:45. Now when you take off that weight and you do run, you're not gonna do 15:45 anymore, because now you reduce the weight, so you're faster. So you could use ankle weights, weighted vests, and weighted book bag, whatever you want to do to help, but don't do that too frequently, like all the time through your training. I would say use resistance bands throughout your training, going up a hill with the resistance bands, running resistance bands, hold a wall and do knee ups and stuff, just like it's run in place with the resistance bands, hips to your thighs and to your ankles too. You could do still climbs on the ground. Go on the ground, do intervals of a couple of minutes. Your training shouldn't revolve around long pace, long cardio, or like long runs, because that's not what you're training for. It should be more quick interval, intense kind of training. So I would say resistance bands are the best thing for you right now. If you're not using them, start using them. There's something else I was gonna say about the resistance bands and stuff, but it's a problem with your hip flexors. I'm pretty sure you gotta strengthen your hip flexors. Oh, there you go. You could do a workout where you do your 2 mile. For the first mile, you run at a pretty fast pace, but you're not at your max. And then when you get to your second mile, when you're gonna go on after your first mile, you're gonna sprint really fast. Okay. You could do it's like a split drop, or you could do where you're gonna go into a half. Your half the way you're going for your 2 mile be 1 mile, will be a pretty fast 1 mile, but we're not going to your max. And then after you finish that 1 mile at your, I'll say like 70%, you do the other mile, the second mile, you do it at your max 100%. Okay, you do a train like that, and then you can also do your training where you're doing your 2 mile just to see where your max is, and you do that as well. But doing these things, I'm sure it will help increase your speed, and let me know how it goes as well. Thanks for your question. I hope I helped out a couple of people with their speed gains. So that's it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Not only to this channel, Mr. Freaking Huge is up there, so get that channel. Second channel, I have more Did You Know Facts coming up as well. Main channel here, like it. I have tons of more videos coming up, and also I think I might have some martial arts videos. Who knows what I'm gonna throw up? So make sure you subscribe to figure out and find out what's going on next. And if you're not subscribed, then that's not sexy at all. Freaking huge. Stay freaking huge. Take care.